Hey, it's Kim from Rubber Chicken Madness, and I decided to take Mama Cat up on her challenge this week to do a video blog post versus a written one. And the prompt for that video post is supposed to be me telling you the story of where my blog name came from. Rubber Chicken Madness was a moment of inspiration in the middle of an insomnia-ridden week, where all of a sudden all the ideas for blogs that I had tumbling around in my head, couponing, which I'm good at, but I didn't have passion for that, environmental stuff, which I really believe strongly in, but I just was bored with it, raising boys as a single mother, well, okay, I'm doing it, I can't tell you I'm an expert, I'm kind of making it up as I go along, or something else entirely. And as I kept pondering that idea, I kept coming up with the fact that I really want to share not just couponing or environmental or raising boys, but some sort of mishmash of all of it, because that's who I really am. And I also wanted to share the idea that my life is not perfect, and I don't pretend it's going to be perfect. In fact, imperfection is one of those things that I'm like, oh yeah, I got that. I got oodles of that. So in the middle of the night one night, I happened to remember the story of the rubber chicken, and then the name Rubber Chicken Madness just came to be. So I'd like to share with you the story of the rubber chicken. The second Christmas I was a single parent, my younger son, Thing 2, decided that the only thing in the entire world that he really wanted was a rubber chicken. He didn't want anything else, and every Santa we would go see would question him and say, really, young man, are you sure you don't want a video game? Are you sure you don't want a train or a book or a teddy bear or anything else? And Thing 2 would say, nope, I want a rubber chicken. And Santa would look at me and look back at him and look back at me, and I'd shrug my shoulders. What are you going to do? You can't change that. So I had a hard time finding a rubber chicken. I tried Walmart. They didn't carry them. Target, they didn't carry them either. I think I checked Toys R Us and a few other places around town, and no one had a rubber chicken. But my friend Shelly, who's infinitely smarter than I am, hey Shell, had the idea to go to a magic shop, and she found a rubber chicken and hand-delivered it to my house that Christmas Eve, so that this rubber chicken would be under the tree for Christmas morning for Thing 2. So Thing 2 in the morning gets up and gets all his Santa stuff, and he uncovers this. This is our rubber chicken, and he grabs it around its scrawny little neck, and he holds it up, and I'll never forget, he was sitting there on the edge of the couch, and he said, his name is Cuddly. Really? Okay, not the name I would have chosen, but he's not my rubber chicken, so guess we'll go with that. And it was kind of at that moment that I realized it's not what I planned, but it's perfect anyway. And that has kind of become my mantra. There is so much about my life that is imperfect, but there is so much about my life that is wonderful just because it's not perfect. We don't try to be someone we're not. Our house is not always perfectly clean. It's usually livable. Don't send me to hoarders or anything. But we don't live a perfect little life. And I have really tried hard to learn to love living in that imperfection, and to cherish the things about my children that are unique and different, because that's who we are. And so therefore, Rubber Chicken Madness is the story of me in my imperfection and my children who are along for the ride. So, thanks Mama Cat for giving me the courage and the prompting to actually get this out there.